Right, so it's been a long time since... Whoa, that gate was loud. Long time since we've been at Clint's house to shoot a video. I'll tell you what, last time we were here we did a top dress. It is looking like really good. Yo mate, what up? Welcome to another lawn tip vid. Alright, so as you guys can see, this lawn is looking really good. Looking so much more level now. A couple of weeds here and there, a little bit of paspalum and that, but the lawn is looking really good. As you can see, it's nice and thick and looks really level. There's just a few bare spots that we've got to deal with now, just to get this thing looking in pristine condition. But apart from that, pretty happy with it. So there's a few main problem areas. Sorry about the wind today. We've got here, so we've got some spots like this where Clint sprayed some Roundup to get rid of the paspalum. So as you can see, big spot there, a couple of spots here, a few spots here as well, and just like a few bare patches around the place where weeds were, or where the sand was really thick and just the grass just hasn't completely repaired into those areas. So today we're going to do an overseed with some Kentucky bluegrass and some rye, same same grass that we used at the brother and sister-in-law's house. Because yeah, again, a few spots like this as well where we just need some seed down, and it'd be nice to get a nice blend of grass in here that'll make this just look really pure. Right, so this is the seed we're using here. So we're just oversowing today, so we're doing oversowing rate. So I'll just get a bag out for you and show you. But this is the seed here. It's from the guys at Advanced Seed. Shout out to those guys for sending us this seed. Really appreciate it. As you can see, if we're just doing a new sowing rate, as in you got a blank canvas and there's no grass anywhere, you can put down this 10 kilos over 300 square meters. Pretty sure it's 10 kilos, yep, 10 kilos. And if you're oversowing, this covers up to about 600 square meters. So today we're only going to use a few bags and then use some other bags for oversowing in the future as well. I think we've got 2,000 square meters up here. If you look in here, we've got some Kentucky bluegrass, which is what the main grass you want to be putting in here. And we've just got some ryegrass as well. So keep in mind that Kentucky bluegrass does take about 21 days to germinate, and the ryegrass is in there because it's going to germinate in 3 to 4 days, or like 5 days with the temps we've got at the moment, which is going to help with erosion control and just a little bit more extra colour in there as well. The Kentucky bluegrass is going to be our main grass that's going to creep and fill in areas. As I said to you guys, this is a full cool season blend. There's a little bit of Kikuyu in here, which we've got, as you can see through here. Now Clint has been spraying this with Roundup. He's given it like 3 or 4 applications and it still seems to be rearing its head. That's the thing about Kikuyu and cool season grass. Really hard to get rid of, and you have to, over time, just spray it out, dig it out, do what you can. Roundup's probably the way to go with follow-up applications, because you'll eventually knock it. And same with paspalum as well. So next season we'll put a pre-emergent down. We're not going to do it in winter because we're putting seed down, but yeah, that's the way to get on top of it. Forget what I was going to say. So last thing I was going to mention was today we're not putting anything over top of this. So we're just putting the seed down. I'm going to get it down to the soil by bringing his lawn level over the whole area to help the seed drop down to the canopy so we get seed to soil contact. So the reason I wanted to show you guys this is because you can do an overseed without actually putting down top dress if you've got a huge lawn or a paddock or something like that. Now we did put sand down 3 months ago, I think it was. So having that sand down there will be great because it will help with the germination, because we've still got that loose soil there. If you had really compacted soil and you didn't have loose soil there and you tried to just drop seed on it, you'd find it really hard for that grass to germinate. So I'd highly recommend you do a core aeration before you do that. But Clint and I did that core aeration in spring, and we did that huge top dress on this huge area, so we're going to be fine. But we're just going to show you guys the process of how you can do this without top dressing on top, and how it can actually come up pretty dang good. And apart from that, that's dead set about it. So we're going to get into putting this seed down now, and then we'll just rub it in, and from there it's going to be water. But we'll talk more about that afterwards. Alright, so we're all done. So as you can see, we put some sand down over some of the spots that were really bare, because it would just wash away because it was massive bare areas. But we didn't even have to run anything over this because the seed has actually dropped down nicely into the canopy. Giving it a water too will help that seed drop down. So I'll come back in a few weeks, show you guys how it's going without doing a top dress, and show you guys that you can do it, and it actually works really well if you keep the water up to it. So since it's autumn here, Clint's only gonna have to water probably 2 to 3 times a day. We're gonna start off once in the morning, once at night, and just see how it goes, just to keep that seed moist at all times. Remember, if you're overseeding something, you need to make sure that you keep it wet at all times. So we're also gonna give it a fertilizer. We're not gonna give it a fertilizer today. We're gonna wait till just before the seed comes up, or a week or two afterwards. I'm gonna put down some of that 2-spec mini fertilizer again, just to help the seed establish nicely as well. But we'll do that a little bit later on top of that. Not too stressed about it. We could do it in 3 weeks time even, but yeah, because Clint actually gave this lawn a fert a couple of weeks ago, so it would still be feeding a little bit off that fert that he's got there. Anyway, thanks guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Actually excited to see how this turns out after this. I love doing projects on big areas like this, and his lawn is looking so good, like honestly, after doing that sanding. He's basically done nothing to this lawn apart from mowing it regularly and watering it, and that little bit of fertilizer here and there with that 2-spec mini. Oh, and he did put Primo Max down 3 days ago before we put this seed out, just so the lawn doesn't grow, so the seed's got a chance to outcompete the grass. Anyway, thanks guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time.